Cześć, tutaj Moni and welcome to Learn Polish with Advanced. This is another lesson on adjectives and nouns, but this time we are focusing on the accusative case in Polish. So we've got the same poster. You can see that these are exactly the same adjectives that we were analyzing last Friday. But this time we will see how they change, what kind of forms they have when it comes to the accusative case. Okay, so let's start with the easiest bits, and let me just tell you when we use the accusative case. Usually this case is used for affirmative sentences when we've got the person, so subject, verb, and the direct object. Then the direct object in a sentence is placed in the accusative case. So think, I like coffee. I see a child. This is an affirmative. These are affirmative sentences. So I like pizza. I is a subject. Like is a verb in that sentence. What I like, I'm saying in a sentence what I like. So it's my direct object that usually appears after the verb, and then the direct object is usually placed in the accusative case in Polish. So I like pizza. Pizza would be then in the accusative case in Polish. You would have to recognize that this is a feminine noun, and you would have to know how to change, or what is the proper ending for the feminine nouns in the accusative case to make this sentence logical and correct. So let's see. As I promised, let's start with the easy peasy bits. So when it comes to masculine nouns, which are inanimate, so we are talking about things, abstraction, think anything that is non-living, that doesn't live, there is no change. So in this case, accusative equals nominative. There is no change. You don't have to change anything. So in order to say, I can see a white bike is a thing, right? You would say widzę. Yeah, we're practicing on the same pattern. Widzę biały rower. Biały rower. No change. Biały rower is a white bike in the nominative case. Biały rower. No change in the accusative case. I can see a black table. Widzę czarny stół. No change whatsoever. So you don't have to worry about the change for the accusative case. There's no change whatsoever. But let's look at the animat nouns. And let's start with the regular one first. So inżynier, we also had an engineer as an example last week. Inżynier would get the letter A. And it's exactly the same letter that we would give to this noun in the genitive case. So we can say that for this case, for accusative animate masculine nouns equal genitive animate nouns. So we would have the same endings and also the same endings for the adjective. So if you see a young engineer, you would say widzę młodego. Let me show it to you like this. Widzę młodego, and you already would recognize this ending. Widzę młodego inżyniera, right? So, oops, let me do it exactly. I'm not very good at it, am I? I'm so sorry. So let's do it this way. Widzę młodego inżyniera. Widzę młodego inżyniera. The same ending is for genitive, isn't it? Do you remember? Nie widzę młodego inżyniera. So you already know endings for the genitive case, for the accusative case, sorry. If you know the genitive, you know the accusative case. Easy peasy, right? So again, if something is inanimate, something that is masculine, a masculine noun is inanimate, no change. If it's animate, that what we need to do, we have to give the a ending, okay? So inżyniera. However, hang on a second, right? How about the word mężczyzna? You know that it is an exception, and it behaves, because it's got the a ending, like a feminine noun, okay? So we were giving the mężczyzna word the ending in genitive. Do you remember? Mężczyzna, because this would be the ending for the feminine noun in genitive, right? So we were treating mężczyzna as a feminine noun, let's say, right? Because of the ending a. So you need to know now what is the ending for feminine nouns in accusative in order to change the word mężczyzna correctly. You cannot think, oh, it's because it's for genitive feminine. Yeah, but this time we need accusative feminine for it, because we are talking about the accusative ending. So do you remember what was the ending? What would be the ending for kobieta? How would we change that a in accusative? What would be the ending for the noun? The ending for the feminine noun would be ę. So therefore, mężczyznę. Right? Mężczyznę. But the ending, guess what, would be exactly the same as for genitive, ego. So widzę młodego. So the adjectives are fine, are exactly the same as in genitive. Accusative, genitive, adjectives, fine, the same. But be careful with the group with a. In accusative, you have to kind of look at this bit here. Right? So widzę mężczyznę, widzę młodego mężczyznę, miłego mężczyznę, inteligentnego mężczyznę. Let me do it this way. Inteligentnego mężczyznę, ambitnego mężczyznę, pracowitego mężczyznę, right? Zdrowego mężczyznę, right? Let's do engineer again. Widzę młodego inżyniera, miłego inżyniera, inteligentnego inżyniera, ambitnego inżyniera, pracowitego inżyniera, zdrowego inżyniera. Right? So just be careful with this a here. In genitive, we've got but in accusative, that will be this case. So let's go to this case. Let's go to feminine nouns. Feminine nouns are easy in genitive, simply because if it's not an exception, we've got ending ę. So kobieta becomes kobietę. And the ending for our adjective is on. Oops, let me do it again. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to copy it like that, so you can see it this way. Okay. Widzę starą kobietę. So ending is on, right? For feminine nouns. Widzę, I can see an old woman, elderly woman. Widzę starą kobietę. Widzę chorą kobietę. In other words, if I wanted to do it even more visually, let me do something like that so you can see. Let me just do something like this, if I may. Okay, and add this. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to place a little tail to the a letter, so you see it in this way. Widzę starą kobietę, chorą kobietę, cierpliwą kobietę, sympatyczną kobietę, szczęśliwą kobietę, samotną kobietę. Can you see it like this? So we've got on ending for adjectives, feminine adjectives, en ending for feminine nouns. On, okay? Now, when it comes to neuter nouns, easy peasy because there is no change. So if you see a small child, you see małe dziecko. It's dziecko. There is no change. Look how easy this is. There is no change. So we can say that neuter nouns and inanimate masculine nouns don't change. So widzę małe dziecko. Widzę słodkie dziecko. Widzę cudowne dziecko. Widzę śpiące dziecko. Widzę głodne dziecko. Right? I can see a hungry child, sleepy child, wonderful child, cute child, small child. No change whatsoever. So let me summarize this for you. I'm really sorry about my voice again. I'm not 100% yet. Soon. Okay. So masculine nouns, if inanimate, no change. The same for neuter nouns. Regardless, right? We don't distinguish here when it comes to neuter nouns, animate, inanimate. We only have it in masculine gender. So no change for neuter, no change for masculine, inanimate. However, when it comes to adjectives for animate nouns, the ending is ego or jego, right? Wysokiego we had last time, right? Wysokiego, I think, tall we had as an example. Wysokiego, so the same principle as in genitive. Jego softening when it comes to letter K, okay? So wysokiego, a tall engineer. So ego ending for nouns, so exactly the same ending for genitive, right? But you have to be careful here when you've got a group of masculine nouns ending a, treat them like those, right? So they will have the feminine accusative ending, which is am. So if you see a tall man, you would say widzę wysokiego mężczyznę, okay? When it comes to feminine nouns, the ending for adjective is on, right? Let me just do it again so you can see it. On, right? The little tail goes to letter A. Starą, chorą, cierpliwą, and so on and so forth. And the ending for feminine nouns is en. So we've got on, en, and there is no change, as I said, for feminine nouns. For neuter nouns. I'm looking at the neuter nouns and saying completely different thing. And no change for neuter nouns. So that's it for accusative. Next time we will be looking at the same poster. Again, the same poster. So you can look at the instrumental endings, which is really, really easy. It's going to be a short video, then locative endings, and then we are going to the more conversational 2 months. I think there will be 4 or 8 lessons with fully conversational Polish. So you will see that we will try to apply those grammar principles in speaking. Basically. Okay, anyway, thank you very much for today. As ever, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a lovely weekend, everybody, and I will see you next week.